Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is David Brooks, the Cadillac Counselor, coming at you to tell you a little piece of my mind. And today, I got to take a break on the mental health because I have to talk about criminality. A case like this, I can't refuse it. So before I get into any of that, make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, go ahead and give me a comment, and let's go ahead and get into this one. So now, Southwest Side, Houston, right off of Gessner and Bel Air, going down. I'm gonna show you the video in a second, but ultimately this is what happens. Little young man walks in, pointing a gun at everybody, tries to get some money from everybody, and then we have a little, what some people call a hero. Some people say, I don't know about this.
Captured everything. A masked man walks into the restaurant holding a gun, demanding customers' wallets. As he grabs them, watch the man sitting in this booth. He reaches to pull out a gun, and as the suspect walks away, he shoots at the suspect 9 times, killing him.
You saw the film. Let's talk about this for a second. Who's justified in this situation? Did this man, was he justified in killing an individual from walking into his location where he's trying to eat? Other patrons are trying to eat. Everybody trying to get their salsa and chips on. This young man came in not knowing, but he should know. In Texas, I did a video just the other day and talked about the gun violence. But in this situation, we realize everybody got guns. If you pull a gun in Texas, you better know that you are ready to do whatever it is you whatever you left your house planning to do, you better get it done and you better get out. Because I'm gonna tell you, in Texas, they said, we ain't playing no more with people pulling guns, harassing and stressing out the community. We look at this man, he's sitting there. Soon as he comes in with the gun, you saw him start ruffling. Then you saw him switch the gun to the other side, switched it, put it in between his legs and sat still. Now, people say to themselves, is this justified? Now, if you really look at the camera, the older man went and found the gun. That's after he gave everybody their money back. And once he realized that the gun was fake, he was mad. Was he mad at this individual? Yes, because he forced somebody to kill him with an aerosol or BB gun. Now, people might say to themselves, this is totally wrong. This man should have never killed him. Now, let's talk about the law for a second. Now, if you look at Penal Code 9.31 and 9.32, it gives full justification in this situation for someone to use deadly force. He was in the act of a robbery. Whether he had a real gun or not, it's going down. So now people say, well, it's a fake gun. Well, let's talk about the law for a quick second. Now, let's say I'm going out on the street and I'm selling crack. And I got 4 pieces of wax in my pocket. And I go to someone, let's say I go to a CI, or I go to a police officer, whatever it is, and I hand him a piece of wax that's looking like a piece of crack. Whenever that trade is done and he gives me the money, if they arrest me, whatever the size of that piece of crack was, whether or not it was real crack or a piece of wax, as long as it looked like crack and I presented it like crack, the law sees it like crack. So now, whether or not a young man is sitting there with a gun that's not real, no one knows whether or not it's real until after the fact. Now, for me, we have to look at the criminality of this. This young individual left his house, whatever it was, whether he was on drugs, whether he was down on his luck, and he thought that he was going to come up for free. Just walking in thinking he's going to get some money and then bail out. It didn't happen that way. I just hope that the young people in the community realize that you cannot do this anymore in the state of Texas. Now, All the rest of the states, now I'm in Maryland. I see it all the time. People running up in places, doing what they want to do. And you know what? Nobody hardly has guns. So what happens? Everybody just sits in fear. Do we want to live in a society where we're getting to the point where the criminals are running the show? I don't think so. And that's why, for me, this one here is nothing but justified. You can't tell me anything when it comes to a criminal putting other people in harm, and then you think that this man is not a hero. When a man sits there in his bravery, whether he had a gun or not, and it was fake or not, if that man had the balls enough to pull it out, because it could have been a real gun and it could have been a deadly mess in there, but he took it for his own and said, not today. Take it easy. It's David Brooks, the Cadillac Counselor. Bye.
Restaurant owner calling that customer a hero.